Back to another episode of the Spotlight with Nine, where we shine a light on the people powering the scene and also behind the scene. And tonight we are having someone on the guest who has the most forward thinking production team in our MLBB community. They are the IGC, also known as Indian Gaming Corp. They were one of the first pioneering team that really value and implemented UI UX. And tonight, to set that standard and keep on going, we have the one and only Ayush. Let's welcome him.
Good evening, guys. I'm the co-founder of IGC, Indian Gaming Corps, as you guys know. Like, I'll just say we're pretty famous for our productions and tournaments, I guess.
Yeah. I am so happy that you have made it, and you caught me by surprise. I didn't know that you were also a co-founder. I thought you were just from the production, and I didn't know that you had a hand in pioneering it. So thank you for surprising me. I like surprises. And let's roll the tape, and we want to welcome. And yeah, I am so excited to talk about because there's so much on the table that you have for us as well tonight. So it's
Mm.
good to have you here. And first off, how does it feel being in the spotlight instead of being the scene for a change?
Like, it's really new for me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the podcast and saying uh, about my our esport organization. Like, it is my first time, so I'm pretty nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope everything goes well.
Yes, for sure. I'm excited as well. Like I said, like if we were just having talk, I was a fan of your work. I didn't know there was no face, but now I can see who was behind it, and it's great to have you here. And on the other side, before we step into the organization, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So right, Ayush. My full name is Ayush Thapa, and originally I'm from Mizoram. And for the for like since it has been, I guess it has been like 3 years, I shifted to Tripura, and currently right now I'm in Noida, in Delhi
Mm-hmm.
NCR. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like right now I'm pursuing my undergraduate.
Oh, okay.
I'm let's just say I'm really young.
Yeah, yeah, you are very young. I think you don't have to stay that. It's you're very young. So you said you're basically from Mizoram, right?
Yeah,
So can you speak Mizo?
yeah, I can speak Mizo. Like actually, I'm not Mizo, but I'm Nepali. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like, I was born there, so
Wow, you are full of surprises. Can you say something in Mizo? Like I just want to hear your Mizo accent.
uh, hello, like monk in the ma'am, kachente.
Okay. Uh,
Like that means like, are you guys fine, my friends?
okay. Mizo 中意甜啲嘅嘢啦。
Oh,
There's a little
without
surprise.
Tony. That was a surprise for me too.
Okay, yeah, that was a surprise for you too. But yeah, thank you so much for giving a gist of of where you are. And also, when did you start this whole esport thing?
I started this like after I completed my 12th exam last year. So
Mhm.
it was on maybe we started this project since April 2024,
Mhm.
and like we launched it on August 19.
Mm.
Then after that we started our first East tournaments with
Mhm.
Easternets season one.
Mhm.
Then usually we started
Mhm.
doing Easternet season two. Then we came with female tournaments and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, like even in the first tournament itself, the production was really good and it was really impressive. And everyone was like,
Mm.
"Wait, are they in the production for really long?" So there were a lot of question around the org as well. Like, were you like were you another org before it was IGC, or it just came up as IGC?
No, I like it just came up as IGC. Like I was in like esport for me, like it was really new to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
as I've been playing MLBBs since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was in that tournaments and stuff. So like I
Mm-hmm.
came up with the idea and I had friends all over the
Mm-hmm.
Northeast and Bengal. So like they were I I open about like I open up with them like let's have an organization. Let's start
Mm-hmm.
doing this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it started.
Mm-hmm. So how many of you are actually currently in the team?
Currently in the team, I guess we're more than 10.
Okay, so that's a lot, and they are all from all different part of India.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So that, like, you have plentiful of people in your hand, right? And also,
Mm.
like, since you brought in a little bit of how it started, can you give us more? Could you elaborate us more of how did, like, the vision that you carry? How is it actually? Can you elaborate that for us?
So like we started as like there was no vision like in India like there is no vision like there was no vision for MOBA games.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had an idea let's grow MOBA games and like other games rather than like PUBG
Mm-hmm.
and like PC games like Valorant. So
Mm-hmm.
like we came up with that like so we wasn't sure that it will like our even our organization will grow. So
Mm-hmm.
like it was really a surprise for us too. Like our production team were they were
Mm-hmm.
brilliant. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them credit and stuff. Like they were the
Mm-hmm.
one who boomed the
Mm-hmm.
tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So like so it was pretty a tough journey also but it was really a surprising journey.
Mm-hmm. So it was like you didn't had a like particular vision, but you just said it. Okay, since there's no other org that's actually have a scope
Mhm.
on MOBA, so let us do it. So there was no particular like vision, but then eventually it evolved into something, right? So is there anything
Yeah.
particularly in your head that you want to achieve as an org?
As an org like it's just that uh we want success. Obviously success is like with it and like
Mm-hmm.
we just want like to be at the top level of or like Indian orgs.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
there's people who, like can known for our production and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, for sure. And you like you do have a hand in production as well, right?
Production, yeah.
How much is your
Like our
responsibility in that? Mm-hmm.
like mainly like the production team like they work on themselves first
Mm-hmm.
of all. So like whenever they need something like they ask me, they like and I guide them. Like I'm not that
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say like I'm not that good at production and stuff, but like taking some resources, giving them
Mm-hmm.
ideas. So like I take part in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about, what's one thing that people always underestimate about live esports? Like what do you think, especially in our community in MOBA scene?
So particularly in India, we can say that production is one of the thing and management, I guess. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a proper management, obviously like there will be some let backfire and stuffs for
Mm-hmm.
them. Like and to be honest the first main thing for org is like production. Like without the production like there is nothing you can do about it. If your production is bad, then obviously you'll have less viewers, less players,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's all.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think, like, because you have been known for a good production, and IGC was one of the first org. I will not say the first, but it was one of the
Mm.
first org in India to bring UI UX design into the MOBA production. So what inspired that decision? Like, was it driven by viewer experience because you have watched the other tournament, or was it because your interest and you're like, we are going to do it great?
So after seeing the MPL production, like we were really amazed at that. The MPL
Mm-hmm.
production was one of the say one of the best they had. So like we were
Mm-hmm.
inspired by them, and like
Mm-hmm.
and we want to take another step, like
Mm-hmm.
even better than MPL.
Oh wow.
So like we came up with that UI UX and animation.
Mm-hmm.
Then like in near future like we are working on some 3D production right now.
Mm.
So
Wow, crazy.
yeah.
So you guys are giving us a very bright future for India out there. And I think like,
Mm.
you're still very young and there's so much that you have to offer to the community as well. But as a youngster, you're studying at the same time, I'm sure. There's a lot of
Mm.
hustle that you have to do, and how does it goes along the line?
Managing studies, like even my personal life and org is kind of hectic to be honest.
Hmm.
But I guess like even like my I'll just say like my main purpose is to grow the org for now. Like I don't really see like I'll just say like personally for me I don't see any future in like having a degree like studying like
Mm.
so for me like right now is in India esport is the only esport you have right now is let's just say BGMI like PUBG. It is one
Mm.
of the biggest right now. So
Mm.
we still have the chance to grow mobile esport in India
Mm.
as many big creators like Dynamo Gaming and Scout, like they are also
Mm.
promoting mobile games right now, like Mobile
Mm.
Legends 5v5. They're also promoting those.
Mm.
So I think there is scope there. So
Mm. Yeah,
we are
so
heading to that.
yeah, uh, I mean, uh, like you're studying, right? Does this affect your
Mm.
study or your personal life?
Uh, I just like it doesn't affect that much.
Mm.
I have a particular time for everything. Like if I want to study, then I just tell the team that I'm gonna be busy with my studies. So there won't be any pressure in the organization also. And
Mm.
in my personal life, like as I'm staying alone, so
Mm.
it doesn't affect me much. The main
Mm.
thing is studies only. Like during exams, like
Mm.
I have to postpone the works.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Mm. But I think your pace is really good. I mean, there was a what was the edge, right? That's all like or edge. What was the name of the
Eastern
tournament?
Edge.
Yes, the Eastern Edge. So in there, after that, you brought in again with the female, and then after
Mm.
that, now like you have another one that's coming up, right? You have
Yeah,
Indian Showdown, and then after that, now right now you are about to have the Mythic Showdown, which
Showdown.
yeah, everyone is. Yeah, you're like rewriting the history. So, what
Mhm.
rewriting the history part is we want to know with your motto.
So basically, Indian Mythic Showdown is we'll have the best, like we'll have the India's top 20 teams, then we'll have a tournament with them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna it's it's a like huge. Let's just say it's a massive project for us also. Like we
Mm-hmm.
are working on a better production, a better
Mm-hmm.
management,
Mm-hmm.
so that the the player doesn't have any complaints or let's say any issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
So, I mean, that's what every org try to do, right? They try to bring the best
Mhm.
for the community. But there's at the same time there's a lot of pressure for the org as well to stick up to that expectation of the community. So in that regard, what is your opinion on it? Like, do you take it as an advantage, or is there something that you also feel like, the community should also understand?
I think the community should also understand that like not only us, like the other organization, like they also feel pressure and stuff. So like it's really hard for them to manage everything at once. Also, like when you have like when the players have like reconnecting issues and stuff. So for that, like it's pretty hectic for us too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in other hand, let's just say the things like managing like
Mm-hmm.
there are lots and lots of teams and they have like substitute players and stuff. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
tough for us to manage. Like we have to we have to consider like their choices also. Like sometimes
Mm-hmm.
their teams comes late and stuff. So like we have
Mm-hmm.
to understand them also. So
Mm-hmm.
for the community, like they should understand the orgs also. Like
Mm-hmm.
we put like so much efforts
Mm-hmm.
like
Finding
bringing up with
sponsors,
this,
yeah,
yeah,
everything.
finding sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bringing up with this. So yeah, I'm pretty nervous actually. So
It's okay. It's all right. I mean, which is so true. Like, hosting a tournament is not easy, especially, if you, as an org, especially if you're on the head, there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. Sometimes,
mm,
what I personally experience is you do so much, like, you try to give to the community, but then the return that you get is always not pleasant. It fire back
mm,
sometime. So as much as the community want the organizers to host tournament, I think the community should also feel the responsibility to have that mutual understanding. Okay, you guys are offering us, so let us also offer us some kind of patience,
mm.
something like that. Because at the end, they bombard, like, the community bombards at us. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, see, in the community, like, let's just say every sport community is kind of like, let's just say toxic trolling
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
stuff. This usually happens. So
mm-hmm,
like they should stop doing those things. Like we are
mm-hmm,
giving too much efforts for you guys. Like we are giving you guys an opportunity.
mm-hmm,
So like it's like for the organization, like we feel bad
mm-hmm,
like seeing these stuffs
mm-hmm.
when you
Yeah.
like backfire someone like even players and stuff. So like it's
Mm-hmm.
really hard for us also.
Yeah. I think for any, like, for every community to grow, I think it's the organizers that really needs to you I think the community, without the community there's no organization. So I
Mm,
think the community is the backbone of every organization, and in which somehow I think as a community, I think we should really support each other rather than, I think right now also I am seeing a lot of an org against org, like stuff like that. uh,
mm.
this org doesn't like this org, this, so there's a lot of clash in our community, and then we are just at the peak of growing, and it really, I'm not sure how healthy is that.
Like see in the community like if there is no unity like in everything let's
Mm,
so you won't have the opportunity like even
mm,
like have an esport. So suppose
mm-hmm,
in BGMI, let's just say
mm-hmm,
like every org usually supports each other and stuff. That's why
mm-hmm,
like they have so big like they have big tournaments like BGIS, BMPS,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
ESL. So the Crafton really like puts effort in for them also.
mm-hmm,
So like if the MOBA community has unity, then
mm-hmm,
obviously like we even will grow and we'll have big tournaments.
mm-hmm,
Even the government can support us.
mm-hmm,
Vistas can support us. Like they can sponsor us. So
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do you think our community is united at the moment?
Right now, I don't think so.
Quite sad, yeah. Quite sad.
Mm. I
It's
like I few days ago, I guess you remember that between ABM and Tartarus also we can talk about that.
yeah. I think like this kind of, division is really not healthy for our community. Especially like both the team, they are big, and I don't think as a community we should put more gasoline to the fire. I think which we are doing at the moment. I think just leave it be. Just, they, the org are handling, let it be. I think
Mm,
sometimes there's a lot of unnecessary discussion around something which is not supposed to, which affect the player and the org. So
mm.
it's, I don't know how it will. I'm sure it, somewhere along the line, it will backlash the whole community. So we have our DC division in our own country, right? When it comes to our
Mm.
natural features, our racism, our color, everything. Like there's already a what do you call it, segregation among ourselves, and we come to MLBB, we come to games, and then again another division is there, which I think is not uh, something that we should promote or we should encourage, right?
So like as a northeastern myself in real life also, like we do get a lot of racisms.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me as I'm staying here in NCR, so like even I do get, but I don't take this like personally or seriously,
Mm-hmm.
as it's pretty normal for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But in the game, like you shouldn't do those stuff. Like even in like esport tournament, like if you're against some esport team, like you shouldn't give them too much hate or
Mm-hmm.
throw them too much. Like that might take the players in some negative thoughts, so
Mm-hmm.
they might like have an effect in their life also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I think,
And
see, uh-huh, yes, yes.
and like you can say like community like trolling and stuff is like it's okay. Like
Mm.
no offense to any community, but you should like everyone has its limit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like stay at the stay at the boundary.
Mm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
better.
Mm. One of the thing that was really close to my heart, even with the whole incident happened, I'm talking to an as an org to an org. Um, I
Mm,
think the I think as a community, the best thing that we could have done was uh, trust. Trust on like the trust, the mutual trust that should have had happened with among ourselves. I think that is something really crucial for our community to grow as well. And like you said, to bring it into the game, and we come into the game to escape our depression or our loneliness or whatever it may be. And then in the game, if these things happen, I don't think no one will. We will start leaving the game, right? Good players will start
mm.
leaving the game. So I mean, that's what I think. And as an orc, I don't know.
So like you can say like as a Norp also, like if you don't have any players or like any community, then it is tough to organize tournaments for the people also.
Mm-hmm.
Like as in India, like if there was no MOBA players, then it will be really
Mm-hmm.
tough for us to host like tournaments or
Mm-hmm.
events. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and plus when it comes to the community, like as we are all Indians, so we have a very non-supportive parents, we can say.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it comes to like games and stuff, so yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
really hectic for everyone. Like if you're an esport player and like if your parents doesn't support you, then plus so it comes like it gets down with everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think coming back to IGC, uh
Mm.
what do you think it is? It stand I mean, of course it stand out because of the production. What is there anything else that makes IGC stand out from the other?
First of all, the production, I'll
Mm-hmm.
say. Second is, I guess, the management and
Mm-hmm.
uh, events we host, like the
Mm-hmm.
giveaways and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
every, we're trying to be just unique, like from others. So like
Mm-hmm.
we're trying our best on that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
Mm-hmm.
we want to be like community friendly also. Like we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to like spread any hate towards any like organization. So like
Mm-hmm.
we're really supportive to each like every organization also. So like if they need anything
Mm-hmm.
from us also, like we're ready to support
Mm-hmm.
them. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess
Mm-hmm.
for us unity really matters. Unity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what keeps us together, right? So you said
Mm,
even like for a 10 team member to really stick together for even for months, right? You really take
mm,
unity to go and you need to feel belong. So I think you need to create that environment for them as well. So I think you're doing a heads off. You mentioned that you are a right? Like you're the co-founder. Who is the other founder?
yeah. So the other founder is Sananya. Like she is the
Mm-hmm.
main founder. Like me, her, and few of our like members. We started this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
All right. So she's also involved with all the production engagement and stuff like that.
yeah, she is.
Ah, okay, that's great. You know, they say what was the saying? I forgot. Behind every successful, I was about to say that there's a woman behind. So yeah, shout out to Sanania, right?
Mm,
Mm. So yeah, she couldn't make it, but you're here and you're giving. I think you're giving a very well round for IGC as well. So tell us a little bit more about your, your production. I know you have a production team as well. Like, did they learn UI UX? Like, did they learn or they're like, okay, we're going to host tournaments, so let us learn, or they knew it,
so
or they're skillful.
I won't say they're at that like level, like MPL or like any expertise, but yeah, I say for like from my view, like they're really skillful for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
they really did something. Like they really impressed me also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so like right now, they're giving their efforts for Mythic Showdown also,
Mm-hmm.
and like for the upcoming, as I mentioned earlier, that 3D production we are doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like they learned UI UX from the beginning. So like when we
Mm-hmm.
like took them in IGC, so
Mm-hmm.
they were really helpful for us also. Like they're really
Mm-hmm.
friendly. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, that's great. And I think um I just saw a few, and not was it few, no, was it yesterday? I'm not sure. IGC
Mm.
also have a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just scrolling, and then I was like, wait a minute, they have a podcast section, and I went there, and I saw Jenny and RV and with Tartarus, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I really like, where did that where how did that start? The idea, because I think
So
this is going in a very unique way.
like the podcast and stuff, so like, right now it's really trendy. So like
Mhm.
our like managing team also like they were like, why don't we like put podcasts and stuff also? Then we were like,
Mhm.
okay, sure, let's start
Mhm.
doing podcasts and stuff with some creators, some like esport players
Mhm.
right now. So Tartarus were winners for I guess that White Feather
Mhm.
show like Winter Showdown I guess.
Uh-huh.
So like they were the grand winners. So yeah,
Yeah.
we had an like podcast with them. They were really
Mhm.
friendly. They were really
Mhm.
frank about everything.
Mhm.
So it was
Mhm.
a great experience with them also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like a very fun podcast. I didn't get the actually to get into and
Yeah.
watch the podcast, but I will surely do that because it looks really fun. But yeah, I really hope that this will not be the first, but I really hope that it will be an ongoing podcast session for
Mhm.
IGC as well, because it's nice to see the community grow in such a manner where we really elevate each other up. So coming back to your org is something that have really struck me, especially like, I mean, apart from the production, it is very systematic, which means heads off to management, right? So
Yeah.
do you guys even have like a, like, do you guys really brainstorm, or it's just one man's brain?
So everybody have like we are as like we are in a group, so everybody gives some new ideas and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
like it's not only me or the other founders or the production team or the
Mm.
managing team. So
Mm-hmm.
like everybody have their own opinions. So like we just analyze it and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
we look into it. Then only like we execute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there any possibility that soon we will also have, like, do you have a plan of a land in the roadmap of IGC?
Yeah, like we are planning on land event also right now. So
Mm-hmm.
after this mythic showdown, we might
Mm-hmm.
let's just keep that a secret for now.
Okay, it's
We
not a
can't.
secret. It's not a secret anymore. You just said it.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a secret anymore, but still, like when we're going to launch the project, so
Mm-hmm. Like, was there a moment among your team you're like, oh, this is so exhausting? Because we know as an org, sometimes it gets exhausting. So as an org, do you ever feel like, oh, I think we should, just stop and do our own life? Or was it like, no, let's
yeah,
keep
like
it going?
I guess it was the female tournament one. I guess we really had an hectic moment at that
Ah.
time. Like
Oh.
like everyone in the comments were like they're doing pilots and stuff. But we had like a good management. So
Mm-hmm.
like we did verifications and stuff before let them play the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like like every game they had to give the screen recordings, their
Mm-hmm.
hand cams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like it wasn't that hard and let's just say like it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
that hard, but it was really hectic with the comments and say. So yeah, it was unbelievable also like females playing that well, as an like top esport players.
Mm-hmm. Come on, yeah, they are good. I mean, they were. Oh, by the way, just after that match, I had
Hmm.
a team. I mean, I from the Mythic Showdown. The winner
Hmm.
also came to the podcast here. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. I think it was one of the early episode. I think it was Luminous Liar.
Hmm.
Yeah, they also came to the podcast, and they did share about the piloting thing as well. So they were very stern about, even of course a woman can play like that. Okay, have you seen Grumpy? She is playing Fanny crazy and anxious. I mean, we have so many good players. I think female also bright future. Just the tournament part is a little bit difficult for the
No, like
organizers.
no, it's just that the stereotype we had, like girls
Yeah.
can play only Angela, like only the support. So like it was
Mm-hmm.
really something new for me, like as I've been playing MLBB since 2017. So
Mm.
it was really something new for me also, like seeing like playing so well.
Mm.
So yeah, even they have a future in esports now.
Yeah, they broke your stereotype. That's great.
Mm.
Broke the stereotype of the co-founder.
Yeah.
I mean that's great to hear. So, ladies, if you're hearing this, W to you, girls. So I hope that that will not be the first, uh, you know, women's championship, but more to come. Because it's nice to see a female esports even growing as much as the male, right? Is like
Yeah.
among all the event, which one was your favorite?
Among all the even, I guess, I Eastern season one was the best for me.
Yeah. Why?
Like because it was our first tournament and it had a great success. Everybody loved
Mm-hmm.
it. Like the
Uh-huh.
production, the management, nobody had any complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were few, but it was not that major complaints.
Mm-hmm.
So we
So,
really had fun also.
mm-hmm. Do you ever like happen to, meet across those kind of player where they're so stubborn and then they will not oblige to the rules? So have you come across those kind?
like a blunting rules and stuff. Like players, nah, like I haven't, but like as like I'm like the management see those stuff. So like
Mhm.
for me like I'm just you know it's really tough for me like as the management do their own things
Mhm.
like I gave them permission like but
Mhm.
they should be fair, they should be
Mhm.
honest.
Mhm.
But yeah, like some of them like break rules sometimes,
Mhm.
but still like we address them like we talk with the teams
Mhm.
and talk about it.
Mhm. So apart from MOBA, is there any other
Hmm.
games that you play?
Actually, when I was a kid, like I was into PC games
Uh
more
huh.
than mobile games.
Mhm.
So like I played Dota 2 and
Mhm.
yeah, Counter Strikes,
Mhm.
League of Legends,
Mhm.
Valorant. Like I played a
Mhm.
lot of games.
Mhm.
And as before Dota 2, like I used to competitively, I used to play Dota 1 when
Mhm.
it was Frozen Throne. So yeah,
Mhm.
from that inspired me a lot. Like
Mhm.
in Mobile Legends also.
Mhm. So, why you moved into MOBA? Why? Because for PC gamers, it's really difficult to move to mobile games, right? So, how did that shift happen?
So it's kind of a hilarious we can say, I guess.
Uh
Like
huh.
like when I was a kid, like I had a laptop, so I used to play on that laptop, and we had PCs
Mhm.
also. After that, when we shift, like we had only mobiles. Like we abandoned, like we sold our laptops, PC.
Mhm.
So from from that, like I guess we can say we had our own mobiles, and plus mobile is like our compact. Like we can
Mhm.
carry whenever we want with friends,
Mhm. Mhm.
carrying laptops and stuff. So it's really difficult.
Yeah, that's also true. And also, just from my experience, especially those who have touched
Hmm.
Dota players really look down on MOBA games. So,
Yeah,
how was your take on that?
like for me, games are game. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really look down on any games. Like every game have like their own specific players. Let's just say like Dota 2 is like really the macros are really tough.
Mm-hmm.
And for League of Legends, you can say the mechanicals are really important.
Mm-hmm.
And in like in Mobile Legends, like it's the same, but the reflexes you can say on fingers are
Mm-hmm. Easier.
better than yeah, easier like controlling with mouse and keyboard.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's also true. That you're like pressing on and on that,
Hmm.
that keyboard, a lot of stress, and yeah, I mean that's a whole category of toxicity out there. But yeah, coming back to our community, what do you think? What's the best thing about our community?
The best thing about our community, I can say they're really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, they troll a lot. They're very toxic, but still they're really supportive. Like
Mm-hmm.
and plus, like after the launch of Mobile Legends 5v5,
Mm-hmm.
we have more players
Mm-hmm.
right now, and plus
Mm-hmm.
from different servers we have players now like Mumbai, Delhi, then
Mm-hmm.
Like Bengal server.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard a rumor like there's a new server, I guess Guwahati server, I guess.
Yeah, I heard the
So
rumor too,
I'm
but
not
I'm not sure.
yeah even I'm not sure about that. If it's true, then like it's good for notice people, I guess.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that I mean it's already a tough server. Come on. Just
Mm.
imagine having that ping. It'll be crazy. We'll be like mini
Like as
PH and mini Indo.
yeah. So like plus as I shifted to from Mizoram to Tripura, then Tripura to like Delhi NCR, the server between Delhi server and Bengal server, like there's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bengal players are like they're really competitive, like
Mm-hmm.
even if you play classic matches, they're really try hard. Like they
Mm-hmm.
want to smash. Let's just say they want to smash like the opponents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these days the only thing that I can smash are the minions. Other than that, I can't do anything. So yeah, when people invite me, it's like, hey, you wanna play with me? It's like, yeah, I can be the minions. So yeah, I think
Mm.
talking about the server, I think a lot of issue with, I mean, as an org, um, the cross server also, like, people from Mumbai, Delhi server,
Mhm.
they want to play in the the tournament that is hosted in the northeast. So in those kind of situation, as an org, do you do a toast, or like how do you usually go about in how does it goes about in IGC?
So like it's not about those or something. Like we specifically say that we are hosting in like Bengal server mostly, but
Mm-hmm.
we still like talk with the players like if they want to play, like if they are okay playing with the other server like Mumbai, Delhi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's between the players. If they both agree like playing on like cross server, then okay. Like if let's just say if one esport team is from Mumbai and one esport team is from uh, this Bengal. So we
Mm-hmm.
asked the Bengal team, like if they're okay playing in Mumbai because the
Mm-hmm.
Mumbai players are having some issues. So if they agree on it, then yeah, it's fine. Like if they disagree, then we have to play on Bengal server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean there should be a mutual understanding, right? So,
Mm.
like when so the tournament led, I'm giving you a scenario, okay? So since you're the co-founder, so you oversee everything. So the tournament started, the streaming is going on. As one who oversees everything, what is your biggest fear during the
My biggest
tournament?
fear is like uh the let's just say the downgrade. Like I don't want any like the production. Like there
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be any like bad reviews on the production for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
production is our biggest thing for like right now,
Mm-hmm.
and the management. Like there shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be any complaints in the management. So
Mm-hmm.
like if there are complaints, then it is really difficult for us
Mm-hmm.
to manage it again or fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes in the stream also like we get delays or some technical difficulties. So we are fixing those. We are trying our best to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. As the one who have to oversee, um, we have talked about a lot about what you have done, what you did in the past, and a lot of internal thing as well. From here onwards, where do we see IGC going forward?
From here onwards, I guess, as I've mentioned earlier again,
Mm-hmm.
like we are trying our best to be at top of in
Mm-hmm.
one of the Indian esport or
Mm-hmm.
like right now we can say besides
Mm-hmm.
MOBA or there is Nodwin, which
Mm-hmm.
is a competition for us, but still like we don't see we see them as our let's just say like as a partners. So
Mm-hmm.
like there's the unity between
Mm-hmm.
like you shouldn't take any like orcs as a rivalry, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
in
that's
India
true.
already esport has like very low like we can say very low audience of esports.
Mm-hmm.
So if India has a great success in esports, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I think that's a hard. out for every org, right? To really stick together. And as we're
Mm.
closing to the end, is there anything that you want to say to the community? Because I'm sure that you are have there's an upcoming tournament as well. Is there any sneak peek you want to give, or yeah, anything? The stage is yours.
So to the community, I guess let's just stay unit. Like let's have a unity. There shouldn't be any like toxicity or trolls uh, with the esport teams. So let's support each other. Let's grow MOBA together.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, obviously, don't forget the Mythic Showdown. It's going to be like it's going to start soon. Stay tuned
Mm-hmm.
with the Mythic Showdown. Top
Mm-hmm.
20 teams are playing, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and events giveaways are coming also. So stay tuned for that also.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was about to ask you, how is that
Mm.
20 like? Are you allowed to give the sneak peek of how the top 20 will be selected?
Actually, like I'm not allowed. Like I want to
Okay.
keep that secret for now. Like if the audience know about the top 20 teams, then what's the fun? Like
Uh
there should
huh.
be always a twist.
Oh, okay. So it's like what do you call it? Suspense. You're going to leave us with
Mhm. Well,
suspense.
yeah.
Okay, so that will heat up the hype. And Ayush, once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Your
Thank you.
journey
Thank you for
and
having me also.
your team, I think they're doing incredible, and I hope that you continue to do so. And it absolutely elevate the entire sport experience for whatever your team is offering. And to not miss out the Mythic Showdown, I will put in the description. You go ahead and check the link. And tonight was all about appreciate the craft and creators behind the visuals, transition and stories we all love. And shout out again to Ayush and the IGC team. And if you, of course, if you like this episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're just getting started in bringing every corner of the scene into the light. And yes, also a big shout out to Kayoya for winning the giveaway. And yes, the next giveaway will come out soon. Until next time, this has been Nine signing off.